This audio package was recorded on the lands of the Whadjuk Noongar people. We would like to pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging.
My full name is Carol Dooley, but I just put Mrs. Carol Dooley now because I'm retired, and I used to be Captain.
This is Carol Dooley, or as she was known for many years, Captain Carol Dooley. But before she set sail on her career in the maritime industry, she was just a country girl from Port Hedland.
I went to year 11, was supposed to do year 12, and I wasn't happy at school, wanted to leave, and so my parents said either get a job or stay at school for year 12. So I applied and got the electrical job, electrical fitter apprenticeship. Then I worked for 5.5 years as a tradeswoman.
Little did Carol know this exciting new career path would be the start of her fight to be treated equally as a woman in the workforce.
So I had this big battle just before the anti-discrimination laws came through, so that was all to do with that. The company had so many houses and flats, and if you were a man and you were in a relationship or married, you could apply for company accommodation, and it was so much cheaper and better quality than whatever you could rent in town. And so in effect I was on less pay because I had to pay for separate accommodation. And so they said, oh no, the man has to be the one to provide the housing and things. So I wrote away to whoever I could. The first day of being a tradeswoman, all the electrical union went on strike. The whole site went on strike to get me equal rights. And by lunchtime, the company had said, okay, we'll give you the same as the men. BHP had a competition when I was 25 they were going to sponsor 2 people from either Port Hedland site, Newman site or Perth office to go on the bicentenary tall ships race in 1988. I applied. All the fellows at work said, oh, you'll never get it, what do you want to do that for, and all that stuff. But I applied and I got picked. Had a month on the Lewin, and I fell in love with sailing ships.
Carol would go on to work on sailing ships for 8 years. But despite her adoration for the work, she couldn't quite escape the discrimination she'd encountered as an electrician.
As a trainee and watch leader, it was fine. Everyone was treated very well and very similar. But when I became a bosun, I was pressured into doing bosun and sometimes do relief cook. So cooking for 50 to 52 people. So sometimes I have to do a month as cook, which I really didn't want to do. And I know they wouldn't have asked one of the other guys to do it. So I didn't like that. And then I found out that they were on higher pay than me. And I thought, well, hang on a minute. I'm doing pretty much the same job as him most of the time. Why do I get less pay? So then I questioned that, and then I got the same pay as them.
Carol continued to climb the ranks, shifting her focus to commercial naval vessels. But the danger of being a woman in a male-dominated field followed her.
Some ports you go to, some countries, their cultural views on gender are different to ours. So I got a bit of harassment on one VLCC. I was second mate, and it was midnight. We were in an Arabian port, and I was sent down to the bond store with the customs officer to check the bond store. The captain and chief engineer in their offices up about 4 flights upstairs. So I went down, it's midnight, nobody's around. This guy the customs officer from the country there, started to harass me. And so I just ran 100 miles an hour all the way back up to the captain, ran back into the captain's office. He took one look at my face and told me to go to the bridge and carry on with chart corrections. And basically I wasn't there, but he told him off and he reported it to the embassy. And the British embassy demanded something be done, and the captain was sent a written apology.
Carol persevered with her career, making sure she left one final wave in her wake.
Actually, just before I left, I had a little battle with the engineering superintendents over there that ran the London office, and they used to always write dear sirs or gents or something like that, never ladies and gents or captains and chiefs or anything else, gender equal. It was all men. So I wrote, we're not all gents out here. And the fleet manager, he really just took offence at that. And the HR department manager sort of backed me up because it was what they were doing was wrong. I just thought it's worth saying it for the future of other women.
In 2024, Carol was indicted into the West Australian Women's Hall of Fame for her achievements in the maritime industry and for being named the first woman ever from WA to be made an international shipmaster.
Yeah, it was great. And it sort of proved, I felt like, yeah, that's, all the naysayers and the doubters and the negative people. So there you go, I've made it despite that. And in fact, those sort of attitudes make me want to keep going and get there, and I did.